Good morning on day 23. Just left the albergue after having a big breakfast because I bought some eggs yesterday, boiled them, and I had two this morning. Great sleep last night, can't complain really. It was just two pilgrims in one room. And I just got my pilgrim stamp at the church because I mentioned it yesterday that I walked there, I saw it, and then, I wasn't gonna walk back all the way to the Gite and then come back again. Today we have a 27-kilometer day, the first of like 3 or 4 days in a row that I'm gonna be hovering around the 30-kilometer mark. That's how it goes. I think I've had about 10 days overall on the entire trip where I'm hanging at 30 kilometers. Elevation profile wise, we're good. This is kind of like flat. We're kind of like in the valley. Only the last 30-kilometer day is it gonna get crazy. So yes, leaving town, excited. No rain today. Hopefully, we'll see about that. That's where I had dinner last night, right across the street from the church. And today I think I overdid it with food. I went to the supermarket yesterday and I bought so much stuff. I bought eggs, I bought tomatoes, avocado, cheese, ham. I mean, even fruits. I have an apple, I have some grapes, and to top it off, I bought some red wine. Today's gonna be a good day out in the countryside. I'd rather just overdo it. I almost tripped there. I'd rather overdo it when it comes to food because sometimes there's no support out here. And what can I say? I'd rather play it safe. Friends last time around did a number on me and I think my body remembers it. Nothing like starting the day with a big climb. So some people ask me on social media, by the way, I'm on Facebook, Instagram, but no Twitter. I don't tweet. So people ask me on social media, how does this compare to the Camino Frances? They're both about 750 kilometers long, but here there is no meseta. So you're constantly either climbing or coming down. Also, it is more expensive. I think about twice as expensive, but the food is so delicious. There's less pilgrims. Here in France, it's mostly French hikers just doing little sections. And now that I'm approaching the end of the trip, I feel like I'm starting to see the people that are actually going all the way to Santiago. Almost at the 25% of the way. Today it's just been easy. We started with a climb, came down, climbed again, walked by the main road for a little bit, and now we're back out into the countryside. It is an overcast day, so I'm hoping that there are no surprises along the way, but we'll see. The mud starting to get hard. I guess all the rain over the last few days. Yesterday it didn't rain as much, only in the morning, so I guess it gave it some time to solidify. Last night, before I went to sleep, I decided to book my luggage transfer service in Spain. I think it was in Condon when I booked all the accommodations in Spain. I had booked all the ones here in France before I even started the trip because, of course, I don't speak French, so I can't call ahead. And also, the space was very limited at the beginning of this trip. I think now you could probably get by, but not me, So I'm glad that I did that. That's why I decided to bring a luggage for the first time on any of my Caminos. So I booked in Spain everything up to Logroño, where my trip is gonna end. I wanted to take a day off in Pamplona, but then I started thinking that if I start in Saint-Jean-Pied-de-Port with a group of pilgrims, and they're super cool, and I want to hang out with them all the way to Logroño. They're not gonna take a rest day in Pamplona. That's just at the beginning of the stage of the trip, or the Camino Frances. So I'm taking a day off in Saint-Jean-Pied-de-Port. That way it kind of feels like the end of one trip and then the beginning of another one. It will also give me a day to rest before tackling that first day over the Pyrenees. Very nice. First stop along the way, there's a Donativo rest area right next to Gite. They even have a fridge full of sodas and beer. I didn't get anything because of course I have a backpack full of goodies. Yesterday, since I couldn't fly the drone in that town because I was right next to like an airport, that recreational airport, probably like a Class D, I couldn't fly the drone. So I decided to instead take some time at the Gîte to update all the firmwares, both the drone, the battery, recalibrate everything on the drone, the gimbal, the IMU, the compass, tighten all the bolts, clean it all up, clean the lens with a lens cloth. And this morning, so once I was out of the danger zone, I decided to fly, and today I hope to fly even more. It's 11:13 in the morning, and let's just do a really quick recap of the day so far. And I have to say, it's been a pleasant morning. The sun is out now, but it was foggy or overcast early in the morning. Temperatures in the mid-60s. A few hills every now and then, but nothing major. And I think after the 75% point of the way, from then on, I think it's all flat. So yes, walking in between cornfields and vineyards, with a few pilgrims every now and then. Zero support except for that rest stop. I think a little bit further down the line, there's like a restaurant called Pasha Mama or something like that that I've seen being advertised every now and then. There's also a little bit of water there and some toilets. Other than that, what can I say? Great day. I don't know if I should have something to eat at that restaurant or if I should hit my supplies. I can always eat them tomorrow. I haven't opened the bottle of red wine, so it's still good. So let's see what they have there in the menu, and I'll decide once I get there. Great day, man. Great day.
Le Lin la Pujole.
Very peculiar church here in this town. The church is closed, of course. I don't know why, but it doesn't matter because I have my lunch break right next to it. There was a little picnic area, and I met two other pilgrims, one from Switzerland, the other one's from Germany, and I hid my supplies. Of course, I made myself a sandwich with some of the bread that I got from breakfast. I put an egg in there, some cheese and tomatoes, and I also drank some of my red wine from 2017, the year that I did the Camino Frances. So yeah, I also have some creme brulee. You know, eating good here in France compared to the Via Francigena, where France really did a number of me. This time around, it has made for it in every aspect of the way. There's also a bathroom here where I did my business and I filled up my water bottle. This is the only place that I've seen the water tap today. I still haven't seen that restaurant that is supposed to be up ahead. I don't know if it's open. If it is, I may just have a little café con leche. No such luck finding that espresso at the restaurant. And this place here on the way out of town seems like a pilgrim trap. They have a toilet, they have a rest area, and they have this thing that I don't know what it is. It's kind of like a tunnel. Feels like an actual trap, like one of those horror movies. Yes. Very spooky little place. I better get out of here. Now, after surviving that pilgrim trap, I find myself past the 75% of the way on this abandoned railroad track. I'm actually walking right next to it, but I decided to come here and explore it for a little bit, and I just saw my very first snake. You can actually see it on the Insta360, maybe. Yeah, it was about 3 to 4 feet long, and that is a sign for me to get off this track and get back on the trail. So I was doing a little bit of research on that snake that I saw. It is very common here in southern France, and it grows up to like 1.6 meters. Just to give you an idea, I'm about 1.8. It feeds on birds, small birds, frogs and lizards. It is poisonous, but not to us humans. So yeah, that's what happens, kids, when you get off the path. That's when you encounter all the creatures of the night.
Aire-sur-l'Adour.
So made it to the Gite at 3:15, 3:30 in the afternoon. And the guy that runs this place, the couple, one is Spaniard, the other one is French, but they both speak Spanish. So you can imagine I spent about half an hour downstairs just talking to them non-stop. They've been to Cuba. And I think they gave me a private room just because, you know, it is not actually a room. It's like a storage where they keep all the sheets for the beds, and he has his own bed. So I have my own private space. The whole Gîte is full today, so it's gonna be about 16 pilgrims here. It's gonna be an interesting communal dinner tonight. Let me show you the place. This is not where I'm staying, by the way. It's just where the light is good. Got a bathroom over here, and this is the place. Check this out. There's my luggage. Look at this. This is where they keep all the stuff for the Gîte. And there is my bed right there. Time to take that shower and settle in. Just got back from the church when I went there to get a stamp, and I did. There was a lady inside and she spoke Spanish, so that's the second person here today. And but it's not everybody. I went to a pastry because I have a sweet tooth, and I'm in France. And it's funny because I asked the lady there if she spoke either English or Spanish, and she quickly turned to her daughter. And the same thing happened at the coffee shop that I just went to. So even though I'm getting closer and closer to Spain, it's not what you think. And also the younger generation seems to be the one that's actually learning at least some English here in the region, which is always great. It started raining already, drizzling on and off, so I'm so glad that I'm in town already. We have a communal dinner at 7, there's a pilgrim's mass at 6, so many things happening here. And look over there, there's a pilgrim statue. I have to say, this seems to be like the first town where the Camino, as I know it in Spain, is starting to come alive. I see pilgrim statues, I'm seeing scallop shells, I'm seeing welcome signs. I think things are starting to change. "16 pilgrims sitting at a table enjoying a pilgrim meal." That's how you're supposed to end a day. And it was great food. We started out with a Spanish soup, followed by lentils, and then we closed it off with cheese, of course, cheese and bread. That's what you're gonna be eating out here for lunch, dinner. Get used to it. And then after that, we just had dessert. I just had so much sweets today that I decided to skip it. So thank you so much, John, for being the trail angel of the day. Thank you for your support. Tomorrow we have another monster of a day, like 30-kilometer day, and we're gonna start climbing slowly the day after tomorrow. It's gonna be a tough one. See you tomorrow. At what time? 7:30, that's right.